Welcome to Kippy C Math! Yesterday we learned to round 2-digit numbers to the nearest 10. Today we're going to round 3-digit numbers to the nearest 10. Quick review. Round means to find a number that your number is close to, and we usually round to a nice easy place value. We talked about the prices at Walmart, and now we're going to round even bigger prices. Remember that it's like a chicken crossing the road. We're still going to find the sides of the road and the halfway mark, just like we did before. The thing is, for a great big 3-digit number, when we're talking about rounding to the nearest 10, we need to remember that the hundreds have tens inside. When I draw my place value chart, I have to draw it again to see that this number really has 28 tens. So the sides of the road, in this case, would be 28 tens, which is 280, and then the next one up, 290. 287 is somewhere in there. That was really just step one, finding out what place value your number is between. Then we have to figure out the halfway mark. Now, even though we're dealing with big numbers, we're still separating on our number line by tens. So from here to here is still a tens rod, and half is still 5. 5 up from 280 is 285. So we're still using the same halfway mark because we're still rounding to the same place, the tens. Later, when we round to the hundreds, the halfway mark will have to be half of 100. Let's try some examples. Imagine someone did the place value charts and figured out what the benchmarks were. Now you need the halfway mark. We went up 10, so the halfway mark is 5, 125. Same thing here. 560 up 570, the halfway mark's 5, 565. Here, 430, 440, 435. Here, 950, 960, 955. Here, 240, 250, 245. You can figure this out. What's halfway between 670 and 680? It's 10 all the way across. What number would be halfway? Half of 10 is 5, so halfway is 675. From there, it's just like before. We put our number on the number line, and we see what side it's closest to. We put our number on the number line, and we see what side it's closest to. Here, 432 is less than 435. So it's closer to here, and 430 is our answer. Same with 952. 247 is bigger than the halfway mark, so it rounds this way. What do you think about 679? Where does it go? Think about that first. Now type in the blank. Which is it closest to? 670 or 680? 679 is greater than 675, so it goes here. It rounds to 680. Let's put all this together in one set of steps with our special guest.
Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Brown from Honor Academy.
Oh, we're so happy to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here. Let's do some math.
Yeah, Mr. Brown, we're wondering, how do you round 327 to the nearest 10?
327 to the nearest 10. Okay. First, I'm going to put my numbers in a place value chart. So I have 327, and I want to put my ones with my ones, 10 with my tens, and my 100 within my hundreds place.
Perfect. Done.
And so next, I'm going to notice what number is in my tens place. Okay? So I don't really have 2 tens because I also know that there are some tens in hundreds as well. And so I really have 32 tens.
Awesome. I underlined it. I see it.
Okay. Now, my last step is I'm going to draw my number line. I'm going to draw my number line. I have 320.
That's the 32 tens. 320. Got it.
My other end mark is going to be 330.
Awesome.
And I know that in between 320 and 330 is 325. That's my midway point.
Awesome.
And now we just plug in our number. We plug in our 327.
There it is. Oh, I can see it. It's closer to this one.
Yes.
Okay. So 327 rounded to the nearest 10 is 330.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now it's your turn. Remember, we're trying to find which side of the road the chicken is going to go to, and we use the halfway mark. The trickiest part is putting our number in a place value chart so that we can think about how many tens are really in our number. What number do you think goes here? I drew the place value chart for you so we could see how many tens. What is our first benchmark, the low benchmark, if my number has 34 tens? 34 tens is going to be 340, 340. And then the next one up is 35 tens. So I put that here. Now it's time for my halfway mark. Remember, the whole thing is 10, and half of 10 will get us the halfway mark. What number am I going to put here? Since half of 10 is 5, I put 345. The final step is to put my number on the number line. It's bigger than 345. It goes here. And so my answer is 350. Just remember, we don't take shortcuts. Pretty soon I'm going to teach you to round to the nearest hundreds, and you're going to want to think all of these steps through. Just remember, we use the number that is halfway between our benchmarks to see what our number is closest to. Just like the chicken uses the halfway mark to know what side of the road to run to. And it's time for the chicken dance to celebrate your super brain. Woohoo!